This two-city media tour. Tomorrow we're in London, England, and today wonderful to be back in the stunning city of Edinburgh, especially at Christmas time. Here at the Royal Scots Club, such a historic home and memorial to those brave Royal Scots who were lost in the Great War. And where today we confirm one of the biggest boxing battles of 2022. This club was founded 100 years ago at a time when promoter Nat Dresner was bringing the likes of Ted Kid Lewis to Scotland. We've loved the amazing Ken Buchanan and my former commentary partner Jim Watt. We've enjoyed coming north of the border so much in Sky's 30-year history. Wonderful events with Gary Jacobs, Scott Harrison, Alex Arthur, Ricky Burns, and now this special fighter to my right, the UK's first ever four-belt undisputed champion, Josh Taylor. It really is a remarkable achievement. He's a superstar of the sport and a real hero for Scotland. We were delighted to stage the final of the Super Series on that incredible night with Regis Prograis. We watched in awe as Josh dissected the excellent Jose Ramirez, and it was imperative that we brought him back to Sky. A huge thanks therefore to Bob Arum, to Todd DeBerth, and to the top-ranked team, as our 4-year deal has already delivered some absolute crackers from the best in global boxing, who along with our exciting new UK partners Boxer are bringing us collaboratively together action thick and fast. Following on from Eubank Williams, which we've announced on January the 29th, and Carnbrook on February the 19th, we have this firecracker live on Sky Sports between the undefeated 10-stone king Josh Taylor and the very finest in England, the exciting, unbeaten Jack Catterall, who has 26 straight wins, and at 28 is the younger man here. Jack's waited his turn, and under the excellent tutelage of Jamie Moore and Nigel Travers, has prepared for the defining moment of his career. It comes in Glasgow on February the 26th. Jack, it's going to be some atmosphere in Glasgow. You're really into the lion's den, but you've waited patiently for this chance, as obviously Josh has gone off and collected all these belts. How much will this mean to you, that moment?
It'll mean the world to me. It doesn't matter where this fight takes place. It could be anywhere in the world, but to come to Scotland, I'm happy to do that in front of Josh's own fans. I think it adds that energy to the fight, so I'm just excited to get up there and take all these belts back down to England.
You've waited patiently all the work in the gym, you're undefeated. What do you bring to the table that Josh won't have seen before? Because obviously he is a very special fighter.
Of course, Josh has seen all the styles, but he's never fought Jack Catterall. I believe on my day, I prepare the best I can. I can show my level and I can beat Josh.
How important a night is it for England as well? Because obviously he's the Scottish hero, but you want to raise the flag, don't you? You want to really make a mark and put your name in the lights, because it's been a sort of a quiet build for you.
Of course, this is not just a massive fight for Josh, it's a massive fight for Great Britain. And don't get me wrong, there'll be a lot of people travelling up from England to Scotland to make the fight, and I think I'll have a really good army there to support me.
And what weaknesses have you seen in Josh, boxing-wise?
We're not going to go too deep into it now, but me, Jamie and Nigel, we've been studying Josh, we've watched his previous fights. I was over there for the Ramirez fight, so there's certainly stuff we can work on and implement to beat Josh come February 26th.
We all wish we had been over there for the Ramirez fight. It was quite some night. Just reflect on that quickly for us, Josh. You've got those beautiful belts down there, all of them, the first man in the UK to collect all those. Incredible achievement.
Yeah, it was brilliant. You know, it's a lifetime, achievement. My whole career, since I was like 16 years old, 15, 16 years old, dreamed of becoming world champion. Did I believe becoming undisputed world champion was a realistic goal? Probably not, because I always thought it was the superstars of the sport, and I've surpassed those dreams of becoming a world champion, become the UK's first undisputed champion in the four belt era. So it's a massive moment and achievement for me. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself. Yeah.
And now a little bit delayed after the injury. What's going to be next week now, February the 26th, the homecoming. And we all know what a crowd, what an atmosphere we get north of the border. As I mentioned, some of the great fighters we've seen before. It's now your turn to shine. What's it going to be like, and the whole build up to that week?
Yeah, I'm excited to be back in Scotland. It's the first time boxing at home since I won the title against Baranchek, and I think it was May 2019. So yeah, it's just over 2 years. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've boxed at home. You know, the last couple of years, you know, my last 2 fights have been one in front of no crowd and then one with a very limited crowd. You know, so and no UK fans to travel over to Vegas and that as well. So now I'm back here, homecoming, and
that was a bit of a disappointment for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a big
disappointment.
Big disappointment, but at the same time, it was more special for us as well because it felt like it was just me and my team, and against the whole world, you know. So yeah, it was a sweet victory. So I'm excited to be back here in the Hydro. You know, the Hydro is a cauldron of an atmosphere. So the fans make it a hell of an atmosphere. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Jack made it out to Vegas. Obviously, he waited his turn. You've honoured that. You're giving him the chance. How highly do you regard him as a challenger?
He's a very good fighter. He's 26-0. You know, he's been knocking on the door for world titles for a couple of years now. You know, he stepped aside to let me fight Ramirez. You know, but it wasn't all the good at his heart. There was method in his madness. You know, he knew that by him being able to step aside, he gets a crack at all the titles. You know, I've worked my backside off to achieve these goals, beat champion after champion, undefeated champion, and this guy's getting a shot at the lottery in one fight. So it's my job to make sure that he doesn't get anywhere near it, and he won't.
Very good fighter. You've been in with other good fighters. You've seen the stars from amateur and professional. Is it a case of you've got to make a statement in February, because there's some huge blockbuster fights on the horizon? We obviously saw Terence Crawford the other week against Sean Porter. You know, both at super lightweight, at welterweight. There's a ton of names out there for some incredible nights ahead for you if you get it right.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking about that. You know, everybody seems to be asking me what's next after Jack Catterall. They seem to be overlooking Jack. Me and my team are the only people that I'm looking over him. We know he's a very good fighter, dangerous fighter, very talented. So I've learned from fighters in recent history as well. When they look over their opponents, it all goes wrong. You know, it all goes head over heels. You know, so yeah, it's a fight that I can't afford to look past, and I'm definitely not, and never do that to any of my opponents. So I'm not even want to talk about what's happening next. I've got to get past Jack first. So this is what's got my full attention and focus, and I've said this numerous of times in different interviews.
Consummate professional, Josh Taylor. That's why he has all those belts. Nigel, you and Jamie are the ones that have got to try and take them off him. He's pretty special. How special is Jack?
Jack's very special. I mean, and we know the battle that's going to be ahead. We understand it's going to be a tough ask, but genuinely we wouldn't be saying it just through words. We feel that Jack has the style to undo Josh Taylor. He's obviously unheralded. It's unheralded what he's done, and it's a fantastic achievement. But it's our job to undo that, and we genuinely believe that he can do it. Jack's, I don't think we've seen the best of Jack Catterall at all. And I believe that we will do come fine now.
What have you seen behind the scenes? Obviously, you've got an absolutely flying stable, some really good fighters. We remember Jamie, obviously, as an incredible southpaw and a fantastic fighter in the early days of Sky Sports. He's become a great trainer. You make a wonderful team. It's a camaraderie there. It's a sort of factory of great fighters. What have you seen with Jack that maybe we haven't?
Well, again, we see it daily, and it's not something that you know we can look at and think it's easy to do. The things that he's doing, it's genuinely amazing, and to train it and be part of that team is special. And to train, if you can't train someone of Jack Catterall's potential, then you shouldn't be in the game. And this kid's got it all, and we do believe that come fight night he'll show that, and he'll show the world, and we do believe he'll show the world.
Nigel, we've known each other a long time. You love great fights, and this is one, isn't it?
Definitely, and it's a fight that Britain deserves, genuinely. England versus Scotland, it's got the makings of greatness, and we believe it, and we believe it'll happen, and we believe that Jack Catterall will be taking those belts back to England.
It's a fabulous fight. Well, in one corner, Jamie and Nigel in the other. One of the great trainers, certainly in recent times, Ben Davidson, fantastic job with so many fighters, but this relationship now you have with Josh is pretty good, isn't it? And he seems to be getting better and better. What's the secret in your gym?
Preparation's key, and I believe that Josh prepares 100% and gets in the ring at 100% on the night. Then this is a potential showcase for Josh, which is exactly what he's looking for in his homecoming. But like any achievement, you have to work for it and you have to earn it. Josh puts in the preparation, gives himself, 100% focus, and gives Jack the respect he deserves, because this is a mandatory defence. Jack's earned his way into this position. Then, like I said, I believe it's a potential real showcase performance for Josh.
You've got a real mixture of fighters, obviously. You started with so much great work with Tyson Fury. He's gone on to become the premier heavyweight in the world. When you got Josh at the beginning, were you excited because you saw in him the potential to be a real superstar of the world of boxing?
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, something that impressed me a lot with Josh at the very beginning was he'd already achieved the goal of world champion. I've seen time and time again, we've all seen it, that fighters win a world title and it's sort of like, they've not got another goal. Josh constantly setting himself new goals. He wanted to become undisputed, and now he's got an opportunity here to, like I say, have a showcase performance at homecoming, and move on to bigger and better things. But at first, he's got a challenge ahead of him that he's got to take care of.
You say a showcase. Is it a sparkling performance you want to see from Josh come February the 26th? Something that's going to make the world really sit up and take notice again? Because it's been a while since Ramirez. Just a reminder.
Yeah, I believe that stylistically, like I say, this if Josh gets it right on the night, it's a potential showcase performance, and something that you'll really see Josh's level in, and propel him to the stage where his profile deserves for it to be.
Thanks, Ben. Boxing all about levels, Jack. You've proved it time and time again. At this level, now you've got to step up. This is a jump up for you, but is it something that you've always felt you can do with the potential that you've been given?
Of course, I've beat everybody domestically. Every challenge that's been put in front of me, I've accepted. Got moved to manager position for the WBO title, and I've been reaching for that shot for over 2 years now. So, like we said before, we agreed to step aside so Josh could fight Ramirez. And the universe has come tenfold. I don't only get to challenge for the WBO, I get to challenge for all the belts. It is a step up, it's a step up that I'm ready for.
Is that why you did it? Because you thought he'd win all the belts and then you could have all the treasure come February?
There was always the risk of Josh moving up. If Ramirez would have won, vacating the WBO title, but as a business decision with the team, it made more sense to let Josh fight Ramirez and potentially fight the winner. But we're sat here now, so it's on.
What did you think that night in Vegas in May, watching him?
Josh would tell you, I was there fight week, I was supporting Josh for this fight to be made, so it was a good fight, great fight. We went out there, I spent a couple of weeks in Vegas training, we went to the fight, but yeah, all good.
Now you've got to go and beat him. Have you got the sparring, do you think, to manage that? You've got obviously a number of weeks. It's going to be a very hard Christmas for you as you build up to February. Everything's got to go right in camp, hasn't it?
Yeah, everything's got to go right. We've been, not just this next 11, 12 weeks, I've been working for this fight pretty much all year. We had a little break last week, let the body recover, we go again. We've got all the sparring partners. Every boxer we tick come fight night, there'll be no excuses on my side.
How do you win? And when will you win?
By turning up to the Glasgow February 26th and being Jack Catterall.
On points or by stoppage?
It doesn't matter to me. However the belts come back, I can go up there, stop Josh, happy days, beat him on points, all good.
Josh, lots of respect, cheering you on in Vegas. He won't be cheering you on in the next few weeks. He'll be working to take your belts, your treasure and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Got a lot of respect for Jack, he knows that. Vice versa as well, he's got a lot of respect for me. But as of now, he's my enemy. I hate his guts. I'm ready to go out here and fight him. I'm not his friend now. But having said that, I've got a lot of respect for him. He's a great guy, and this side, we put the fondness aside now, and it's all business and getting towards a fight. The mindset changes towards Jack now. And I'm just ready to get in there already. I'm ready to get in there already. If the fight was next week, I'd be ready.
I know a lot of people are talking about beyond February. You don't want to, you want to concentrate on that. But there is the pressure from Top Rank, from Sky and everyone that you're going to be the star, that you're going to have these big fights and nights ahead. Do you think that just adds to it, or you take that in your stride?
I just take it with a pinch of salt. I don't listen to any of it. You know, I've got my own goals, you know, and I know I've got goals and ambitions to become a two-weight world champion, which is what I want to do. Once I take care of Jack and do it in good fashion, which is what I believe I'm going to do. I'll move up to welterweight and challenge for a weight up there and become a two-weight world champion. But I take all of a pinch of salt. It's I've got a massive fight here in front of Jack. Jack's in front of me. He's trying to take my belts, and if it doesn't go well, that's all that out the window. You know, it's back to the drawing board and see what happens next. So. All that, forget about that. Stop asking me about that. I hope everybody stops asking me about what's happening next. Jack Catterall's happening next.
Exemplary attitude. I will ask you how the fight goes. Do you win on points or by stoppage? Is it your time to shine here?
I don't know, but we'll see what comes. If the stoppage is there, I'll take it. You know, I'm a good finisher when someone's hurt. I'll take it. But I'm not going to go out looking for it. As long as I get the W, which I believe I will, and the belts stay here and they're not going anywhere.
You're taking the belts back to Lancashire?
Coming back to Charlie.
No question.
No question.
And for you, they're tucked up at home.
Keep dreaming.
Fantastic, exemplary attitude, wonderful respect. Great to see that, isn't it? 44 wins between them, undefeated, the undisputed champion at 10 stone in Josh Taylor, and the challenger in Jack Catterall, undefeated in 26. It's a fantastic fight. It's live and exclusive on Sky Sports on February the 26th. The boys will do one more head-to-head down here in front of us right now. Then they'll be around for any one-on-ones for the press.